Hello guys. Um so this is like my 30th attempt to do a voiceover over whatever is happening on screen. I don't know. I'm not really good at teaching stuff. This was supposed to be a video tutorial on how I do my digital art illustration. Yeah. Basically doing the line art, blocking in the colors, doing the shading and other post processing stuff. But I don't know, I just feel like it sounds so boring. So I guess I can just talk about whatever, and you can sort of infer from what's happening in the screen what's usually my process. I find that time lapses are usually fun to look at because just condensing something that takes quite a long time into something like 7 minutes, or I don't know how long this video is. Yeah, just a couple of minutes. It's kind of interesting. So basically this is what I usually do. This piece took about an hour and some change. Yeah, about an hour 30 minutes. But usually my process is quite it's not the best process, right? More so when I'm blocking my colors. I could make my life quite easier if I was just to close my lines and do a selection and just paint bucket it my colors in, right? But that's not what I do. I like to make things more difficult for myself. I don't know why, some sort of masochistic tendencies. Anyway, we'll unpack that later. But for now, this is basically what I usually do on Photoshop. This is not one of the more complex pieces, right? It's just anime, not a lot of values, right? Just kind of 2 or 3 colors, shades, and I didn't even add highlights, right? Because I just wanted it to look, I wanted this flat feel because it's more or less something I just wanted to look kind of badass. So even before you do your piece, or sometimes sometimes you say that you're gonna do a piece in a particular way, but then your mood changes as you're doing it, and you find that you experiment, and that's what everyone ought to do when they're drawing, and just do fun stuff. Yeah, do whatever your heart tells you to do. I know that sounds corny, but you'll be more happy with the finished product if you just follow the groove. But different people have different styles of approaching things. This is usually my style. For this one, I really wanted it to look, no, actually I did it the way I planned to do it. I didn't experiment much because I knew this was gonna be a tutorial piece. Yeah, so I think I changed the face because, well, the reference material had a different face, and I wanted to change it so that it just doesn't look like I'm just doing the same piece. I wanted it to look like a different person, but then I saw that the reference face looks more badass. It kind of fits the overall aesthetic more, so I changed it. I'm sure, I don't know if you've seen it yet because I'm not actually watching the video as I'm doing this voiceover. I just wanted to babble. I just wanted to talk, and that's quite ironic because I usually hate my voice. Anyway, forgive me for using this public domain as my diary. Yeah, so basically this is it. It isn't quite complicated for this one. I don't know, right? Because I've been doing art for quite a while. I'm not saying that I'm good, but some things might come easier to me than a beginner, obviously. So if you want to pick up something from this, you can. I don't know if you will, yeah, because it's kind of fast, and I'm well, I was using OBS and it isn't showing the for example, the curve slides or the clipping mask slides. It isn't even showing how I'm picking my swatches. So I don't really know if this is gonna be helpful to anyone, But watching tutorials is kind of fun. So even as I'm watching this back, it was very interesting to look at, how something that you thought you took such a long time on, it's just a couple of seconds and you're like, ugh, this was such a headache. But for this piece, I didn't like how the hair came out. I don't like a lot about this piece because it was kind of rushed. I didn't want to, I was kind of protecting my feelings because I didn't want to go all in. Then someone tells me on the internet that this is absolute shit, man. So delete it ASAP. But I guess maybe soon or another video I'm gonna be doing the more realistic shading styles where I go in depth and I futz a lot. I change, maybe add a scene. Nowadays I've been doing a lot of scenes, yeah. But it's basically quite straightforward, this process. But it obviously depends on whether you've used Photoshop before or any other art programs before. But I think the best way to learn is to just do it, make all the mistakes. Even for now, I'm still repeating mistakes. For example, not closing my line art, and it's just become part of my process. It doesn't feel right when I close my line art, or if I do. Normally I usually do how you clean up your line art. Normally I do that. Today I didn't, but I think the piece came out well, yeah, and I hope you take up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see if I can do another one another day. I don't know, it depends. Anyway.